a little bit of stock market. Is that what you said on the first one? It was you said easy acquisitions.
We're live, Min. We're live.
Action,
We can't prep anymore. Action. Wait, how do they do it? They cut. Wait, no, wait, what do they do?
the
They do
clapper,
this.
the thingy. I gotta get one of those.
Is that what they mean when they're saying you're gonna get clapped? Is it just this? Is that what people mean? I didn't know what that meant. It makes way more sense though. I used to think it was more offensive than that.
Oh
Um, I have to apologize to some people. But
my God.
yeah, no, we're
Anyways,
back. It's Dr. Joe and Mr. Min. I mean Dr. Min and Mr. Joe here with our amazing Dental Dummies podcast, and we have some actual dummy talk
yeah,
today that I
not
think
so
will be
easy
good.
doing the introduction, is it, Joe?
No, because I don't have a sexy accent. I can't go like, "Oh, hey everybody, hurrah!" It's just me. It's just a fat white guy.
You wish
Is
you
there?
had a sexy accent.
I do wish I had one. I'm not even like the fun white guy. Like it can't even be Australian or English. It's just New Jersey.
The ocean, New Jersey, not even like the close to New York,
Yeah,
New
it's like
York
well,
accent style.
I'm like a what's it called? A revitalized Philadelphian. Like I lost all the like I don't say Wooder or any of that other crap, but I also don't say the Jersey stuff right. So I'm like it's like I don't know. I'm not a good host. But that's why you're the host.
Y'all heard that Joe called me the host, guys.
You
And
are the
on that
host.
on
Look
that
at
note,
your setup and look at mine. I'm always in a car where I'm at like a beautiful location. Min's always in that spot. He's the host.
I'll build you the studio. It's fine, but you're never there to be in the
Dude,
studio.
you could have,
So,
yeah, I still wouldn't be there. I can't wait to show everybody the table we got though. I'll send you a picture. I got this like nice epoxy table. This guy killed a tree. He killed such a magnificent tree
what
that
about
the
Groot?
Lorax came out and started protesting my table.
Oh my God.
Um, and unlike all the other companies that are going to lie about it, I didn't plant any new trees after I took this tree out of the ground. We did it. This is definitely not carbon neutral. It was a carbon negative tree. But that's how you know, like, it's going to be a good table.
Okay.
Like, yeah, the blue in the table is actually the tears of the tree that died
Oh,
for it. But
well, anyways, how
yeah,
about let's just do a quick recap of the last episode. We talked a little bit about corporate versus private practice and future trends. And from what I remember, Joe, it's like holding steady at what percentage right now?
for corporate,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like I think when I last checked, it was like 34. Like the max it ever gets to is 36%.
Okay.
Um, it's not large, and like even though you're seeing a lot of corporate buying, it's really everybody's recapitalizing. So all these DSOs are getting income to buy more from their like board, and they're buying up either other failed DSOs or smaller dental offices. It looks more abundant than it is, but it's really them rebuying the market share they lost during COVID. It's not like they're not growing. They're really just going back to where they were before the COVID times. Like it really is just like this. Like they can only get it's only a finite amount of the industry they can really take.
So corporate dentistry is not the worst thing in the world, especially if you're a new grad. You have a steady job, you still work on your craft, you're still new, trying to gain some speed, get some experience, get some money in your pocket, and buys you time, right? To
Yeah.
determine what you want to do in your future, whether if you even want to be an owner or find an even better associate position and determine what you want to do with your career. And not everybody has to be an owner.
Well, and
But if
it's
you
like
are,
a
there's
high
benefits
paying
to it.
residency. It's
Right.
residency, but you make more money. I mean, that's why a lot of the corporate gets sent back is some guy probably didn't know what he was doing and saw 20 patients, but he figured it out doing corporate and like they get better and sometimes you stay there. I have a lot of friends in corporate dentistry that are fine and they're not like getting milled. It's just like it's a good it's good for the people that it's good for, and you'll know if it's a challenge that you want to take on. But it's not bad. Everybody's saying it's bad all the time. I do not believe that corporate dentistry is bad. I've seen nothing that indicates that it's nothing more than a way to grow your skill set, or sometimes it's a place where you want to be. Like if you can make $200,000, $300,000 and have predictable hours and stuff you want, like ownership is for people who want that freedom or are very type A. Like Min positioned everything from the microphone to the plant. He can't work for somebody else. He positioned me 4 times before we did all this. I moved this little table around and I had to make sure that my head's not cut off because it was cut off in the last one. And like,
It's been
it,
cut off in multiple episodes.
is it all of them? It's not all. Is it half of them?
It's a good amount. So it's hard to find a good thumbnail when I'm creating it because I take a screenshot and then I create a thumbnail, but then I got to get you smiling and so that your head's not cut off or the sides aren't too far off to the left
Or
and
like I'm
right.
hunched
But this will be
over?
better.
Because if I sit up like
And then
this,
you're awkward.
then
That's
it's all
better.
weird. Yeah. So
No,
like ownership. It just depends on the person and what they want. And that's a lot of what we're gonna kind of talk about today is like the big thing going on right now is acquisitions, and like there's a lot of startups still, but it's probably gone down to 20% of the market. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, it's harder to find a space. Two, startups take 2, 3 years, so it could just be a lull of like all the people who were super ambitious are now opening up. Like I know most of our friends, like we're gonna have some of them on here at some point that have recently bought a practice that are doing startups. I think I'm gonna have my friend Joe Legg on here at some point. He owns an endodontic office in Scranton, and me and him were talking about we're going to. He's the guy going with me to the that Alex, what's his name?
Alex
Horseshoe,
Hormozy.
Hormonesy. Yeah,
Hormozy. He's
we're
awesome.
we're gonna get inspired by his course, and I think I bullied Min to go. I don't know. It's a Wednesday in like December, so
Tamana says I should go. I've been
I
a big
think you
fan of
should
his
go.
work for the long time. So she's like, no, like definitely do it. And I'm like, okay, let me
It's
let me move some things around. So that's breaking news for you. That I'm gonna try to go.
it's a boys' Christmas trip in Vegas. But no, it could be good. Like they're gonna tell me how to grow my business. I don't think they're gonna actually grow my business at all, but I want to get pumped up. And some of those things, like
Pretty much what I expect.
yeah, like consultants. I've been reading this book. It's called The Big Con, and it tells you when consultants reach beyond where they're supposed. Like a true consultant helps set you up. They give you all the tools, and then they leave and they fuck off. They don't come back for 5, 10 years, and they come back. And that's what a consultant's supposed to be. And there's a lot in the dental space. And there's like 4 or 5 that we partner with. You can see them on our new and improved website, which is also breaking news. Our website may be like a little wonky here and there,
A
but
work in progress. It's okay.
it's a work in progress. It's brand new. We're starting the Dummies Digest where I'm gonna be like blogging like real like content like this, but in a readable form for people who like are really excited about one topic or another. And if you guys reach out, like I'll try to write more things based on what people are asking or people want. Um, but like our new website has all of our partners on it. You can actually go on there, you can click on our partners and go right to them. It shows the banks that we refer you to so that you can see that we're fiduciaries and we're actually shopping you amongst a bunch of banks. You can see that our advice is really what we're showing you it is. Before our other website was bland. It was run by a guy who did websites for churches. He's awesome. It's just our website looked like a website for churches. And that just happened to be, when I took over, that was the guy I knew. So leave me alone. I didn't know the dental guys could do the same thing. We used Daniel Mears-Molly, who also did Min's website. We'll probably have him on here at some point. He does a bunch of dentists. His brother's a good friend of mine. He's an orthodontist in California. But we're gonna start um, showing you guys how we're upgrading our business and things that we're doing, like these workshops and things. And I guess going back to that book, like the big con is about like consultants and them overreaching. And I don't think they do so much in this world, but they try to sometimes. And it's knowing like when you're buying something, knowing some rules of thumbs before engaging with a consultant will give you more power. So that way you don't get taken advantage of. when you say it helped knowing what you knew before you hired Ideal, because you can like lead them instead of them leading you.
Yeah, I mean, ideal practices was good. They kind of fill their role to help you get set up. Looking back, like learning everything, you could probably do it without them, but I don't think you would. It's harder to. You're not going to know all that you know now after the fact without them,
Yeah, you might
I'll
open
say.
your second one without them, or you might need you like it's like actually ironically I was talking to Joe this morning because we the course thing and I was telling him how you're going, and like I didn't know that you were actually going. I just kind of made that assumption and like was kind of hoping I was gonna bully you to go, but we were talking about consultants. They're like a coach. Like I'm training for this half Ironman thing. I got it in 2 weeks. Like if I didn't have my like little coach guy calling me and telling me to run, I probably wouldn't run as aggressively. I would still run, but I'm not as I'm more motivated having someone to talk to. Do I need them? Probably not. It's okay, John. I still love you. I don't think he watches this, but in case my trainer actually does watch this, like, you know, it maybe he might be mad that I said that. But like you need like just like with Ideal, like having those tools already, you can use them as a tool instead of them as like a full-blown guide. And not that they're not good when that happens. It's just it's you do better when you already have a base. And that's why we talk about all this stuff. Even when you go to buy a practice, and we're going to talk today about valuations, you should know a rule of thumb so that way you can figure out a valuation on your own.
Correct. So, like, basically, do your due diligence. You don't have to be the expert at these topics, but have a general foundation to kind of know more what to look for if something sounds a little bit fishy and a little bit off. No different than when we work with our own clients, whether it's about some insurance product. We actually educate the clients about what these things do so that they can determine a better informed decision of like what direction they want to go in.
Yeah, and like valuing a dental office is typically like to give you guys a rule of thumb, it's 70% to 85% of the last 3 years of collections averaged together. Now, there's other factors like are they taking this out of the business? They're called add backs, where they're expensing their car, so it's not really a loss, or like they're expensing like dinners with prominent doctors in the area, or sponsoring events. Like Min takes certain losses, like co-working things with me, or like going to that course, but it's not a real loss. Like, and that's what you're hiring your real accountant to do. But if you could rule of thumb, like let's say a practice is priced for $1 million, if 85% of the last 3 years of collections is less than that, you know that guy's full of shit, and you know that he's overvalued. You don't even have to hire an accountant. And it's like kind of knowing these rules of thumbs, like and knowing like the margin of how much you can overpay is important because like if it's 70% and it looks like it matches that, that practice is going to need some work. The equipment's probably old. The doctor wants to stay on for a while. Like typically, like it's all a balance. Like people who got their practice at a deal normally had to buy all new chairs or they had to appease the old doctor. Like it's not a deal. Everybody's getting fucked the same. It's just you're getting fucked in different columns of the deal. And sometimes paying more in the beginning allows you to kick out the old doctor. Or paying less in the beginning allows the other doctor to feed off the practice longer. Like I had one where the doctor's scared to leave. He needs a couple $100,000 a year to stay on, and we had to work that in the deal. We said, okay, well, we'll discount the price. We did the low end. We did the 70%. And that's not, he's not getting screwed. And our doctor buying isn't getting screwed. But now his loan's less. He has more working capital. He could put more into marketing and prep to have two doctors for 5 years instead of one doctor. Like that practice now has to grow. Where when you buy it, you don't always have to grow it because you have a base of customers. You could be fine. I have people that they bought an office that did the exact same collections did before, and they're making 300-400 grand. They don't care. It doesn't always have to like explode when you buy it, right? Like I mean, I guess you don't know, but like when you were looking, then like that makes sense, right? Like that.
You
Do you
hear
have any
stories.
questions?
I think let's make it a simple one for the audience. We already know a lot about the startups and the initial expenses. 'Cause you're just trying to like make sure the rent is paid, payroll is covered, and you're just getting set up. And then you'll try to pump it into marketing. So you might not take a whole lot home, if at all. What are the big expenses initially that you find in, let's say, an average acquisition? Not like a Kickstarter rundown practice, but like a very average $700,000 practice, priced
Like
practice.
what
What
expenses you would
in the
take
first
on?
few months, what are usually the biggest hurdles that those doctors have to overcome that they're not
So,
obviously going to pay themselves, let's say like $400,000 their first year. But those first few months, what are, as cash flows coming in, it's usually a profitable practice. What are they devoting the profitable dollars towards now back into the business? What are they trying to
well,
overcome?
the first thing you should always do when you buy an office is take the max working capital. Don't be an idiot. Any loans after that loan are going to be second position or high interest. They're going to be like 20% interest loans. Even like the SBA thing I was talking about. It's like what was that like 12% before the government shut down? Like it's good. You're going to make more than 12% on it, but you'd make a lot more if you had it at 5%. So like the working capital gets baked into your loan, and that's your one chance to get lending for the next like 3 years. Take the 150, 200 grand, whatever it is, the 10 extra percent out. Because what a lot of people are spending money on is marketing. So they're redoing the marketing. You got to redo the website. You got to get a new accountant, and they charge onboarding fees. Even our accountants, like even our best accountants, even if you got them at the most affordable thing, you're gonna lose 10 grand at least.
And new
That's just
websites
gone.
range from 500 to maybe $10,000. I had one person actually call me. They're paying $40,000 for a new website. I'm not
Yeah,
even
and
going to
it,
say the
it
name of
might
the
come with
company.
cool crap. You might be getting scammed, but the whole point is like you're buying. You got a website. You got you got that. You have the new equipment. Like I said, most of the time you're gonna want like some new stuff. Some people like to do old. Like I have a buddy in Ohio, and he loves all the older equipment. He just like refurbishes it a little bit, and he likes it. But I also have people that are so type A. They're like, I'm not using someone else's instruments or this or that. Like it, you should have some money for that, or like the equipment might go in 5 years, and you think that you have plenty of time. But if you're constantly scaling and spending, you forget that like in 5 years you need 100 grand to redo your equipment. It might be better to just get a fresh start. And like I have some good equipment reps, like my buddy Adam Harlan. Like he'll go in to the offices and assess all the equipment,
So we have
and he'll be like,
marketing, equipment,
yeah,
anything else?
marketing equipment, like the 401k, the tax stuff. Like I'd probably say all the administrative stuff is like
Okay.
15 grand.
Your
And then
accounting, your
you got to
bookkeeping.
get all the new insurance, but that's typically accounted for in the sale. Like when we do the insurance, not to toot our horn, but like typically people are saving like 20% on it. So like we like that the savings there is what we use to like sell our accounting. So like it kind of saves some money there, but like at best I'm saving you $6,000. Oh wait, can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah, like at best I'm saving you like there we go.
There we
Sorry,
go.
my phone was being weird connected. I got the new Meta glasses, so it wasn't connecting. But yeah, no, like at best I'm saving you like $6,000. So it's like
Okay.
you know
Cool. Marketing slash website, equipment, potential supplies, and administrative stuff are just the initial expenses for all the acquisitions to still have, which is basically the same thing as a startup. Like you're gonna focus on like redoing your branding and getting your name out in the community, guys. So there's no like one magic bullet where it's so clear cut, like one is better than the other. That was good.
exactly.
So that was a nice recap. Cool.
No, I think that's a good way to recap that.
All right. In other news, with the
But I'm
should we
gonna
go on?
look weird for a second. I have to fix this. It's bothering me. Gad, you keep going, man. It's fine. If I look a little weird here, it's fine.
Now, as we move on, we have SBA lending and the government shutdown, which affects like a good amount of people. It won't last forever. I feel like I'm not a big following politics guy, but I feel like government shutdowns happen on an annual thing. It's really, really normal. Uh, but no, it affects a lot of offices at the moment with particularly SBA lending, uh, including some stuff for me. So everything's all ready to go. It just has to reopen up. Uh, I don't know. I'll wait for you, Joe. There we go.
Sorry, that was so dumb. There we go. It was the meta thing kept going. It's in my ear. It keeps going, doo 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 doo, and I would have had like a epilepsy or something. So like I didn't want to die. It's so loud too. The surround sound, like I can hear you. It's like you're whispering sweet nothings in my ear the whole time I'm on
Really?
here. Yeah, it's like really nice.
So
But
the
like
is
when
the
it
glasses,
malfunctions,
is it
when it
going to your
when
AirPods too, or is it just
no,
literally
there's
like a little
nothing in my
speaker?
ears. It's the corner is actually there's like nothing in here. It's just the corner. Like that's what I'm saying. But when it malfunctions, I'm not gonna lie. This is my one problem with it. When it's doing the thing, it goes bum 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 bum. And if you have the volume up like I do, I can't function. Like I can't think because it's just so much like it's so audible and it's such a good it has such good audio that it disrupts your inner brain thoughts, but it's like malfunctioning because you could hear it so clearly in the glasses.
So I guess this is not sponsored by Meta.
No, I personally do not like Mark Zuckerberg for a few reasons. One, all of his customer service is AI. So I had an issue with the glasses. I had to learn it all myself. All the AI just refers you around in a circle, which I think is lazy and bad business. Two, as cool as the glasses are, they make a lot of weird noises. And three, they have zero way to communicate with anybody in their company. They actually for any service they do not have customer support. And I think that is poor business.
I do too. Sometimes you just want to call and just get a human on the phone and they walk you through it.
Yeah,
Solves all the
that's why
problems.
I think the AI thing's not gonna. I think it's good. So like I guess the next thing we're gonna talk about is the AI bubble and inflation and like that's a good segue. But the unrelated. Thank you, Meta. Oh, and they have the one pro to this. I have John Cena's voice. So whenever I talk to it, it's John Cena. So I will give him
What?
that. I will give him that. Somehow they got John Cena's voice,
You
and it's the
don't
coolest thing ever
you
talking
don't
to
want
him. All,
Sam Jackson like yelling at you?
no, I
Pick up
want
your
John Cena.
socks.
He gets me all like motivated for the day.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, it was. And then imagine having John Cena explain to you the biography of John Cena, because that's what I did. That was the first task I had the glasses do. I had to give you a biography of John Cena. But like,
Yeah,
where
AI
I think
bubble.
AI is taking everything. Like, I'll give you an example. We had an AI insurance competitor come out of the woodwork. It's great till it's not. All the quotes were wrong. Nobody noticed. We lost like 5 customers. We're like, oh my God, we don't have AI. And we were all freaking out. Then we realized we looked at the policies. Wasn't covering the building, wasn't covering the property. All it took, we waited like 3 months. Banks came back. Your policy's wrong. Here's a fine. They come crawling back. Your policy wrong. Oh, we're gonna cancel your loan. So like AI works till it doesn't. Sure, will it work for some simple tasks, but complex things it's not gonna be able to do because it doesn't have human reasoning for like the complex. If it's a mathematical system, it'll work. If it's not mathematical, it's not gonna work because it's a machine.
I mean like a clear-cut answer, like a black and white answer.
Yeah, like it's not going to replace doctors because it's only going to follow algorithms of what it might be, but it can't think like a doctor thinks. Like you
That's
have to
right.
think where the outliers are. Sometimes it says, oh, 90% of the time. Well, AI is going to take that seriously, but it's not always 90% of the time. It's probably like really 60. It's just a bunch of doctors saying that crap because that's how doctors talk. And it's the same thing with my stuff. Like I try to say everybody's situation's like normal. It's all different. Like every acquisition's different. Every insurance policy we sell is different. It might be similar carriers, similar parameters, but each bank has different things they need. Each building has different things that need to be insured. And like it takes like reasoning. It's more than just math. And like that's why everything's getting more expensive. That's why stocks are up 20%. We're in this bubble where the dollar lost like 20% of its value and then everything went up 20%. So everybody's like, oh, my stocks are up. Oh, shit, like business is up. It's not that things are up and we're adjusting to a period of heavy inflation. And when you realize that, like, follow the price of gold. Like, we have people that we work with for like gold, silver, and all that. Like, it normally is super normal. It follows like it's good asset, but it follows like inflation. Like, they don't like double in value tomorrow. Like, it's like that, or like the Rolexes or all that crap. Like, they like the reason they're drastically going up. It's not because anything special is happening. It's the price of everything just has risen so dramatically that we're just feeling it everywhere. Like you go to the grocery store, it's $100 for like four things. Like get coffee. Like I went to Starbucks. This was like $8. No, I got my, I have um, my universal unlimited pass thing, so I spent $4. But all the peasants out there that didn't sign up for the what's it called, the annual pass, they're suffering. Where meanwhile, like this would have been $3, now it's $4. I don't care as much. But like inflation's there, and everybody should be around. Everybody should be aware that like we're in this bubble, and it's not a bubble that's going to burst. We're all going to be poor. We are adjusting to heavy inflation, and it's been there. The inflation's been there. You guys have noticed it the past 2 years. That's why interest rates are staying kind of low. Everything's starting to level out, which is a good thing. We don't want the housing market to crash. We don't want things to crash because in that reality where all these things crash, we're all poor. So
Yes.
like we want the market to just level out and for pay to just to catch up. And that's why I think more people are buying offices because they're scared to do startups. The startup funding hasn't caught up. Like like it just now all the banks are starting to give $1 million loans. I mean, what was the max loan you could take out when you did it? It was what, 800?
When I initially started the process, it was like 600, 650. And then by the time the process is over, it would go up to like 800. And now it's not unusual if I heard like $1 million for a specialist
Yep. And it's
now.
not it's just the cost of the build. A build out used to be 450. And you use the 200 access to live off of or problem solve. And now it's 650. And then that recently it's been like in some of the states 750, 800. Yeah,
So
so
much money.
it's all going up. It went up 20%. Whoop-de-doo. Went from 800 to a mill. Like you don't really need a million, but they round the number out. But
If someone is more like risk averse, it would probably be, if all things equal, acquisition be by a better thing for them.
well, they all do the same thing. When you become a practice owner in a 14-month span, you're normally in the same spot you would have been whether it was a startup or an acquisition.
Okay.
If you had bought an office, you would have probably experienced the same growth in that area buying an office than doing a startup. It's just your area, Percival, like it wasn't there was nothing to buy. Where like if you did this in I'm trying to think of like a more like no
Minnesota.
we're staying in Virginia. Let's say like Richmond. You could have bought an office and you would have had like similar growth. Like like if you did all the strategies you did in a busier area, you would have been fine. Like it's not that buying an office is bad. It's just it's just you're gonna lose the same amount of money. Everybody tries to buy these 400K prices. You're gonna lose the same amount of money because you're gonna spend 400 grand and then you got to take out 150 working capital and then you got to put in the working like the physical human capital to make up that 500K difference. Everybody's losing $1 million either way.
Correct.
It's just how do you
You have
want
to
what
produce
makes you
more, get your net profits, use the profits to purchase and make the changes that you want. Like some one way or another, you're paying for it. Right.
yep. But it's what environment do you thrive best in? Some people really like going into small offices and doubling them. And they think, wow, I'm like a magician. It's like you're doubling it because I went from 300 to 600. Like you just went from 2 days to 4 days. You're not like it. Like people are like, how are these people doing that? Well, the bar is down here when you get in, so it makes people feel good doubling an office. But you could just bought a practice for 600 and grew it 20% with less like effort.
Yes, probably
But
a
you
lot less
take out
effort.
more of a loan. Startup, it's less effort because you have all these people doing it, but you leave with $1 million in debt. Some people don't aren't comfortable with that, and that's okay. That's why there's a lot of different ways into ownership, but like just having those rules of thumbs, like the valuation thing I talked about, or like for startups, like knowing like you should get pre-approved for $1 million with the bank before you talk to your consultant, and then go through a projection of like all like run a heat map on all the areas before you talk to them, because then like find areas where you want to actually be first. All of them will help you do that if you don't want to do that, but doing that initial legwork, you're going to come in more educated and you're not going to feel like you're just being led around. I feel like a lot of the complaints against like Ideal or like Gene or John Master, these big consultants I work with, is it's not, they're mad either A, nothing bad happened and they're like, why did I pay this money? or B, they feel like they just were like led into like a feeder, and it's like you're going to be led into a feeder if you don't give direction. Because they know what works, but they don't know what you like, and they're trying to learn that about you. But if you're just along for the ride, you're not going to get the full experience that you could get going in a little bit more educated.
And I think that rule applies for anything, whether it's startup acquisition or even working with a consultant, like we alluded to. When you hire someone, let's say after you've opened and stuff, you have to have some sort of general foundation and direction of what you want to take yourself and the vision of your company, and not just have someone lead you here, lead you there, and with no input at all. I don't think it's very wise at all, because then at the end of it all, that doctor's very, very upset probably. Like, why'd they have to do this? That's not what they wanted. It's like, well, did you tell them this is what you wanted? And they say no. Like I hired a really, really good interior designer, but my office turned out great because I had a lot of input up front of what I was going after. She just knew how to take that out of my input and create like a beautiful office. But you can't just give a clean slate at all. You have to have some sort of input. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And like you can put like you can do it the other way too. It's just it's not as fun, and you're letting somebody else build your office, which is the same as buying an office at that point. And I think people sometimes think we're too pro startup. We're not. It's just a lot of the customers that ask for a financial advisor are very particular. So a lot of those people end up doing startups. Like
Goes
where I
back to
get my
personality.
acquisition. Yeah, I don't get not everybody goes and they go to me to buy a practice. It's probably like half of my owners that are acquisitions, I get them and I help them buy. The other half, I find them 2 years later and they're just using me to save them on insurance. And they're like, oh, you also do all this other shit. And like, that's like, it's just a mix. It's not that we don't think they're good, but also when we started being more vocal and more marketing at that time, 80% of the new businesses were startups for the dental world. And it's now going back to where it was 6 years ago, where now it's like everybody's buying. It's just because the lending's low. It's not 7% interest. If you're taking out 7% interest loan, I'd want everything brand new. Now, if you could get a 5, I have some people at 4.5% interest. I'd buy somebody's office and just fix it up. Like, you got to follow the flows of the environment that you're in.
All right. Awesome. Cool. I think we'll end it there. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We might record a
Yeah, we
second
might record
episode
again,
like
so we're
right now
not.
on a different topic. So if we don't change outfits or anything,
Yeah,
I
it's
might
just
just
because
change my hat actually. I might
yeah
change my hat. I'm gonna wear this hat instead.
well we might change up a little bit, but we're definitely not gonna lie to you and pretend that we just didn't do this back to back. Here,
I'll
if you
see you
want to
guys soon. Be sure
see
to click like, subscribe,
tell all your
follow us on
friends,
Instagram, tell
tell your
everybody.
mom. They don't even have to be a dentist. We just need likes and subscribers. That way we
That's
can
right.
hit that. Yeah, I see all these things on Instagram. I can make $1 million through YouTube if I work hard enough. Help me be rich.
That's
Or
where Alex Hormozy comes in.
yeah, we got to have him on here, and then we'll just get like a bunch of
Oh,
people
he's
on.
never coming on here. He's never gonna come
He
on here.
might.
We can
There,
never afford him to come on this show. He's like, who are you guys? The dummies? No, I don't associate with dummies.
yes, he does. I think he would come on. I have hope. One day we might have George Bush on here. You don't know.
Oh my
I
God.
sent him an email, him and Obama. I just said, hey guys, like, you know, you want to come on my podcast? I got 40 views. They probably
We
think I'm
we
like,
we have a doctor of immigrants in this country worked really, really hard for the American dream and is $1 million in debt plus student loans,
yeah, I
and
didn't
now they're
ask Donald
stuck in the
Trump because I didn't want
system.
him. I didn't ask Donald. I didn't want him to send ice to your house.
He's gonna come after my student loans too. Like, why aren't you
mid
paying?
mid presentation, like, what was his last name? Win?
I
Oh,
get
we'll get him out of here.
swatted during the
Don't.
podcast.
We'll get him out of here. Don't worry,
Don't,
son.
don't mind me. I just called the team right now. They're coming right after you.
We cleaned. The podcast was very, very dirty. We
Do
cleaned
you
it up.
mind?
All the Asians are gone now. They're all back at home, super happy, making t-shirts.
right where they belong.
Yeah, except they're not making Nikes because those are getting made here now.
Oh, well, that was fun, guys. We'll talk to
Yeah,
you soon. Cool.
see ya.
Bye now.